Well, it's been a pretty active day across the U.S. If we take a look at watches, warnings, advisories, the entire map for the most part is pretty much covered. Here at home, we do have that warning we're keeping an eye on, but off to our northwest there, where you're seeing the oranges, the pinks, the purples, that's a winter storm warning, ice storm warning, winter storm advisory. So a lot happening just off to our north there. Here at home, all these tan boxes, that's for that wind advisory that we're kind of keeping an eye on for the next couple of hours into the evening. But pretty massive system right now that we're tracking. It's this low pressure. We've got the warm front lifting to our north. So to the south, we're seeing all of that moisture. It's what we're tracking for here at home. Off behind it, where it's a lot cooler, they're tracking a lot of snow and ice. So as far as today goes, we're just tracking some of that rain, possible storms by the afternoon. Radar and satellite fairly quiet right now. We're just seeing some of that rain slowly start to clip part of the region where southern Illinois is here in Jefferson County, just to the west of Mount Vernon over the Nashville area. So again, just something we're kind of keeping an eye on. Lots of clouds across the region, though. We are pretty warm out there, but overcast skies are expected throughout the afternoon. Live look across the region. Some of our cameras also shaking in the breeze right now. It's very windy and gusty across the region, and that goes right along with these warmer temperatures we're feeling. So we're in the 60s, some of us even in those lower 70s. So very warm today. Typically, we're only in those upper 40s for this time of year, but we're seeing 74 degrees right now in Paducah, Sparta in those upper 60s, along with Fredericktown. We have 72 for Sykeston and Kennett. So a very warm day, and that's staying with us at least through today and tomorrow. So on average, we're around 49 degrees, but we're closing in on a lot of records. Some of those areas include Carbondale, Paducah, Cape Girardeau. So just one of the many things to kind of keep an eye on in the next couple of hours. Temperatures staying very warm and mild. We're tracking that chance of some rain and thunderstorms for the afternoon. Those winds steadily staying out of the southwest, somewhere in the teens, even the 20s. And because of that, we do have that wind advisory in place until 8 o'clock tonight. Those gusts could be somewhere between 40 to 45 miles per hour. So definitely something to take seriously today, because we're tracking those gusty conditions and possible afternoon storms. For tomorrow, the mild air is staying with us. Breezy conditions, but not nearly as bad as today. Then Friday, cold front passes through the region. We're back to more average highs for the time of year. We're seeing temperatures again in the 60s and 70s right now. There's that rain that we're tracking by 1 o'clock, starting to slowly get into the SEMO area near Piedmont. Most of SEMO tracking some of that heavier rain by about 2 o'clock. It shifts and continues to push off to the east, now covering southern Illinois, parts of western Kentucky and Tennessee. Pretty heavy at times. Also, we're also seeing some of this almost bow. So straight line winds also going to be a concern over the next couple of hours, but at least it is very quick moving by 6 o'clock for the most part. It's out of the region. A couple of isolated showers still possible overnight, but the chance is very unlikely. By tomorrow morning, still very mild, waking up to the 50s and 60s. We're seeing that wind still out of the southwest, so still a little breezy, not nearly bad again as today. We see some of the clouds also move back in by tomorrow evening, but tomorrow should be nice as well. Highs somewhere in those 50s and 60s. As far as the rain chance goes, again, it's very quick today. Unfortunately, it'll be when a lot of people are heading home this evening around 3, 4 to 5 o'clock, but at least after that, we do get some dry time for our weekend. The Storm Prediction Center did put part of our region under a slight threat, the rest of our region under a marginal, so that's a 1 out of 2. Again, really just keeping an eye on those winds. The amount of rain not really a concern, and definitely not the temperatures. We're very mild today, somewhere in those lower 70s into the 60s tomorrow. Then you can tell when that cold front comes through, back to pretty much what we should be seeing for this time of year, and then we move back into a slightly warmer by the weekend. But as far as today goes, again, great day to be weather aware. You're going to want that Storm Track 3 app. We could possibly see a warning or two, so just kind of something to keep your eyes on. For tomorrow, still mild. We're somewhere in the 60s. Cold front passes through by Friday down into the 40s. But again, it's very short-lived cold weather like we saw last week. Then we're back up into the 50s and 60s by next week.
Well, just talking about today, I know you mentioned, downloading the app, but it's also a good idea to check on Facebook. Just multiple ways to get alerts.
Yes, of course.
All right. Thanks so much, Katie.
Thanks.